I'll say for me, I've gone many levels with God. Maybe my current journey, I would say my last re-encounter, because you always encounter and encounter. So it's 2022. At that time, what was happening was the broader ecosystem was raising a lot of money.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't feel right about it, ultimately I got carried away in the euphoria. I was like, well, look, all these people who didn't do anything are raising money.
Yes.
Of course, he can, right? I'm Don Baba E. I can do this, right? So why can't I raise money? So I went and I tried to raise money, and oh boy, I fell flat on my face. The morning I was pitching a room full of investors at Arts Club was the day that David Hudain's story came out. And it specifically mentioned that I was indicted by the SEC, which in our business is the end of any fundraise, right? Because no one's going to invest in a fund with a director that could potentially be prosecuted by the SEC. Of course, it wasn't true.
Yeah, it wasn't true.
But it didn't matter, right? Because the poison pill had already been in, and everybody was like, well, go and get confirmation from the SEC, which is very difficult to do, right?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, the fundraise fell apart. I came back to Nigeria. One of my mentors, one of my disciples now, but at the time was just a mentor, just said, look, we have this program that's happening in Benue State, in Boko. You're not doing anything. Just might as well just show up and post up. So I showed up and I spent 10 days in Boko for this program. And honestly, that was just the beginning of a different level for me.
In Boko, it's 10 days in Boko.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just is it prayer? Well,
it's part of a program called Leadership Development for the Young. So it was not just, it was prayer, of course, but it was it's by Bragbile Akoni.
Oh, yes.
So it's very selective program. And what the program does is just, Bragbile Akoni is very well known for something for like his
Tolu.
millets,
Yes.
Ministers and Leadership Retreat Training.
Yeah.
So it's basically like a compressed millet over 2 years, but compressed into those 10 days.
Wow.
But it was an amazing program. It was the first time, a lot of what you hear when you're growing up, conceptually.
Yes.
But you don't really know for real.
Practically.
That was where you encounter the truth of the gospel. What did Jesus really do for you on the cross? Where what is your life for, right? Why are you here? Why are you here?
What am I here for?
Why are you here for? And who are you carrying, right? Which is why you say me like not I but Christ. So for me, that was now the beginning of a new journey, right? Where for me, I used to have a lot of anxiety because for me, one of the challenges with early success is you're always trying to beat your last record.
Yes.
And you have a long time to you. It's almost better to be successful later in life, because when you turn 60 and you've done 2 unicorns, you can even say you tried.
Of course.
But if you do it at 35,
even one.
You understand? Even one. You do it at 35, by the time you get to 40, 45, everybody's going to be like, Oga, where is the next unicorn now? Was that a fluke? So you have a long time to keep proving, but it was, you're not freed. You're not fully yielded and freed to really pursue God's purpose for your life when that's how you think about the world. So it takes a renewing of your mind for you to be like, no, look, it's not about unicorns. It's about how does God want to use me?
Yes, to do his work.
To do his work. And then if it's unicorns, it's unicorns. If it's not unicorns, it's okay. And that's when you're now finally free from the burden of expectations, right?
From people,
from people.
Yes. Well, that's so powerful. That spoke to me as well. That's a word for me. Yes. So but I know I prepared this question when I was thinking in the shower. I was like, why do you walk away from companies that you build? Like Andela, I know of course you would probably have like maybe shares and one or two things there.
I vest
like,
and all
why
that.
don't you just hold on to it and say, I'm the owner?
Well, there are 3 reasons, right? So the first thing is, from day one, like I told you, I'm not the talent, right? I'm just the manager.
Yeah.
So in every business, there is the talent. And my job, maybe at least until Future Africa, where I am actually the talent, but my job is to support the talent. Andela, it was Jeremy Johnson's show. I was supporting. Flutterwave was Benga for that show. I was supporting. Ladi, Jide were running Move. I was supporting. So I know my role. And these days, you see me call myself founding investor, because I usually don't like it confused anymore. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, the honest truth is, my paths are determined by the Lord. So from Andela to Flutterwave, literally, I got an instruction. Leave this thing. Leave this thing when Mark Zuckerberg invested, right? Wow. And not because he did, but because your assignment is over. Wow. And, those are tests of obedience. And for me, the work was, yielding, right? Yes. And that's why I left. So it's not mine, it's not mine. Well, in real fact, it's also not mine mentally. I'm not attached, representing myself. Yes. You understand? And then for me, I think when I look back now, I say, well, the fact that I can leave companies and they are still standing is the ultimate test of what you built. Yes. If you're an architect, and you built a house and you have to visit that house every day, like you were doing during construction, then you mean you're not a very good architect.
You're not worth anything after all. Yeah.
You understand? So the fact that you can build something and leave something behind, I've never understood people who glory in the fact that they built something and it collapsed when they left. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so this is my last question. What do you think about AI currently? Do you think is it causing damage?
So AI is the greatest platform shift in the world since personal computing. For you to understand what that means, you see all these laptops, phones that you have today. There was a point in time where to get computers with big capacity, you had to go buy time, visit a big building, millions of dollars, massive mainframe, typing, punching, it was just, and those things had the power of a calculator. Yes. So when somebody tells you that AI is the greatest platform shift the world has ever seen since personal computing, think about how personal computing has changed everything that we know. It's phone, it's laptop, it's tablets, it's cameras, it's you understand? It's the same impact AI is going to have. Now, you can choose to look at it as a good thing or a bad thing. I'm sure all the typewriters thought that computers were a bad thing, but we don't think so. So I prefer to think about it from the perspective that, look, this could be a good thing. There are new skills to learn. There are new things to learn. That's why we started Learn to Earn, because we felt there was a need to equip an entire workforce for this new platform called artificial intelligence. Those who master it, those who lean into and master it, they're going to be like the people who, learned Excel early, learned word processing early. Wow. They're going to be those people,
because
right?
of the shift
of the shift that's happened. They're going to be just more productive than the people who didn't learn it.
Yeah, so this is an opportunity.
So it's an opportunity. So if you think about it as, is it going to damage things, then you're not you're not thinking right. Yes. That's how.
Yes. Uncle Egbon E, thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you for coming. I met you at church. I saw your zeal throughout Wolfbeck, because I'm a protocol officer at Wolfbeck, and I saw how you sat through the word consistently, and I just cited you. I was like, that is Iyin Aboyeji.
Wolfbeck is where we all go for water.
Yes, yes, to go and drink. And I'm happy for how the relationship formed up until now. And thank you so much, sir.
My
God
brother,
bless you.
anytime.
You inspire us all the time. God bless you, sir. Thank you.